So this question says the function y equals negative 16x squared plus 36 represents the height, y in feet, of apples seconds after falling from a tree. Find the x-intercept and y-intercept of this function and then say what they mean. All right, so let's start with the x-intercept. So these occur when y equals 0. So what we're going to do is in our equation is we're going to replace y with 0. So we're going to end up having negative 16x squared plus 36 is equal to 0. 36 is equal to 0. Then what we're going to do is, because there's no b term, that's a good indication. There's no linear term in this equation. That's a good indication that we can use square root to solve. So what we would do is subtract 36 from both sides. So we have negative 16x squared is equal to negative 36. And then we can divide by negative 16 on both sides of the equation, which now leaves us with x squared is equal to 36 divided by 16 is 2.25. So now that we have x squared is equal to a quantity, we can take the square root of both sides of our equation, because that's how we get rid of the square. Taking the square root is the opposite operation. So we know that x is equal to, when you take the square root of a number, it's either positive or negative. So it's positive or negative root 2.25. When you find the square root of 2.25, x is going to be equal to the square root of 2.25 is equal to 1.5. Plus or minus 1.5. And since since y represents feet, we know that x represents seconds. So realistically, x is equal to negative 1.5 seconds, or x is equal to a positive 1.5 seconds. Since time cannot be negative, we know that x is equal to 1.5 is the correct solution. And what that means is that if y is 0, it means the height is 0. So at 1.5 seconds, the apple is on the ground. Next, we're going to find the y-intercept. So now let's go. The y-intercept this occurs when x is equal to 0. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace x with 0 in equation. So we'll have y is equal to negative 16 times 0 squared plus 36. And 0 times itself is 0, 0 times anything is 0, so we see that y is equal to 36. And remember, y represents the height. And the y-intercept is going to be the starting height of the apple falling from the tree.